Children do not always speak immediately about what hurts them. Sometimes they stay silent because they think they are protecting the adults they love. Welcome to my story. My name is Comfort Comfort. And today I want us to talk about children. Because one painful thing many adults discover later is that children often carry far more emotionally than people realize. And many children become silent survivors quietly inside difficult environments. Looking back now, one thing that still stays deeply within me is discovering how much children sometimes hide because they do not want to increase their parents' pain, especially children who already sense emotional tension inside the home. They begin adapting quietly. They observe everything carefully. They learn moods. They learn silence. Children learn survival emotionally. And over time, many children stop expressing pain openly because they fear. They fear creating more problems, hurting a parent emotionally, or making situations worse than they are at the moment. One thing many adults misunderstand is that silence does not always mean children are unaffected. Sometimes silence translates fear, confusion, emotional suppression, or survival adaptation. And sadly, many children become emotionally protective of struggling parents far earlier than they should. Looking back now with greater understanding, I realize some of the most painful things my children experienced were not shared immediately. Not because they did not matter, but because the children themselves had already started carrying emotional awareness far beyond their age. That realization affected me deeply as a mother because many parents already carry guilt privately, wondering, what did my children absorb silently? That's me. And this conversation matters because children are deeply shaped by emotional environments, not only by what adults say directly, but also by tension, conflict, instability, and emotional unpredictability. And one thing silence does to children is that it teaches them to normalize emotional suppression. They begin carrying pain internally instead of processing it safely. The emotional burden can follow children into adulthood quietly, which is one reason these conversations matter so much. Not to create hatred, not to shame anybody publicly, but to encourage awareness, healing, emotional responsibility, and safe environments for children, especially emotionally. Because children deserve emotional safety as well. And perhaps someone listening today was once that silent child. I was once one. Or perhaps you are now the parent trying to rebuild after difficult family experiences. I am now one. Please understand this carefully. Children do not always need perfect parents. They do need emotionally safer environments. They need communication. They need protection. They need adults willing to acknowledge emotional realities honestly. So today I want you to reflect honestly on one thing. What are the children around you learning emotionally from their environment? What pain might they be carrying silently? And have they become emotionally protective far earlier than children should ever need to be? Because sometimes the quietest children are carrying the heaviest emotional weight. Thank you for joining me for another reflective conversation on my story. And if you don't mind, follow our journey across all platforms. Click on the link in the description to follow us on social media. And before you go, know that children remember emotional environments deeply, and silence does not always mean they are okay.